Nau mai ki Aotearoa ki te whenua ātāhua.
Welcome to the country that cares, where our ancestors navigated the ocean to seek new lands. It's a land where our history unites us. Welcome to Aotearoa, New Zealand, the country forged by ingenuity.
Wow.
Welcome to a land that cares for us, because we care for her. Welcome to a country that continues to innovate with care. Where ancient wisdom has taught us what is the most important thing in the world. It is people, it is people, it is people. Welcome to the country where the landscape connects with you. Where we stand on ancient glaciers and golden beaches. Welcome to a country whose cities are alive. Welcome to a country where learning is embraced. And our manuhiri, our visitors, are welcomed. Partnerships are trusted.
And memories are never forgotten. Nau mai ki Aotearoa, New Tireni.
Welcome to Aotearoa, New Zealand.
Aotearoa New Zealand wants you. We're looking for people to live and work in our amazing country. New Zealand has an incredible lifestyle. You can be hiking in the morning and swimming in the afternoon. That means you can try new things and meet new friends. Or you might prefer something more relaxing. So why live and work here? Though the lifestyle is great, it's really the people that make it special. We're a young, growing country that loves welcoming others with open arms. It's the Māori spirit of manaaki with which we embrace others. And we're proud to share our home with you and your family. And it doesn't matter where you're from, you'll fit right in. There are more than 160 different languages spoken here. So what about the work? New Zealand is one of the easiest places in the world to set up and run a business. We're home to multinational finance, tech, utilities, construction, infrastructure and corporates. In fact, most global businesses have a presence here. There's a booming digital ecosystem and an entrepreneurial culture. We're well connected to the world and uniquely placed to take advantage of multiple time zones. We have thriving international cities, but you're never too far away from this. New Zealand has bold goals in climate change. We care for the environment, the planet and our people. And best of all, it's safe. If you're bringing a family, New Zealand is a wonderful place to live and learn. In fact, our universities are amongst some of the best in the world. But really, the biggest reason to live and work here is that we're a young country with bold ideas, looking for people who want to do right by the world. Come live and work in Aotearoa, New Zealand, because together we can do amazing things.
When I think of New Zealand, I think of a place that is pure and magical, and it's the most beautiful place I've ever seen my entire life.
New Zealand is spectacular. Subhanallah. It's really that piece of heaven that is on earth.
We care for people and our planet and our future generations.
And that comes from a word in Māori that we call kaitiakitanga.
We're on a mission to make better things in a better way and tread more lightly in the way that we make products. to be thoughtful about the environment.
The only way we're going to make positive change in the world is to do things differently, and that's what we try and do.
And our gift to the world is not just our beautiful environment, but all of our talent.
New Zealand embraces and celebrates innovation, whether it be food, but also wines that stand up to the best in the world.
They created a style of Sauvignon Blanc that took the world by storm.
New Zealand is a country rich with creativity, and when you combine that creativity with the power of technology, that creates things that no one could have imagined possible.
New Zealand is right bang in the middle, and I love that very much.
And what we can offer is limitless. Technology is our fastest growing industry.
We've been able to develop boats here in New Zealand that are capable of 4 times wind speed, so we're very much pushing the edge of technology and construction.
And at Google, we love Kiwis because Kiwis have this can-do attitude. You're looking for people who are just going to make things happen.
And my education in New Zealand convinced me that I could achieve anything I wanted to do.
You're taught to question, you're taught to wonder, you're taught to puzzle, to be inspired.
自由なエデュケーションを受けることができて、自由な考えを持つこともできたというふうに感じます。
At my school, we've got kids from all over the world.
160 different languages are spoken in New Zealand.
Opportunities are equal to all.
We're also good at other things, lots of other things. Look at the movies they make.
They do the best visual effects.
他们没有把它当成一个工业产品，而是把它当成了一个艺术品。太棒了。
Our gift to the world is our people, who succeed wherever they go.
To be a Kiwi now is something that I'm very proud of. I'm lucky that I grew up here.
And although we're only small, we believe we can take on the world.
It made me feel there is nothing impossible. It was the window to the world for me in New Zealand.
Be ready to fall in love with this country because it's not a hard task.
What is the most important thing in the world? He tangata, he tangata, he tangata. It is people, it is people, it is people.
Auckland made me brave.
Auckland made me open-minded.
Auckland made me think outside the box.
Auckland made me confident.
Auckland made me adventurous.
Auckland made me proud of who I am.
Auckland made me more connected to the world.
Auckland made me find myself.
Kia ora koutou. Hello and welcome. My name is Mayal Sheriff, and I'm one of the international managers here at Waipapa Taumata Row, the University of Auckland. With me today, we have two of our current students, Samantha and Nadine, and our alumnus, Adi. They'll be sharing a little about what student life is like at the university. If you have any questions for our panelists, please pop them into the chat and we'll answer as many of them as we can. We'll kick off with Samantha. Samantha, hello and welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Can you tell us a little about where you're from and what inspired you to study at the University of Auckland?
Well, I'm from Malaysia and I'm currently studying a Bachelor of Education in Early Childhood Studies. And I chose to study at University of Auckland because after doing extensive research, I felt that the University of Auckland was what had the most to offer me in terms of like academic-wise and also in terms of future pathways. And from what I saw on social media, I felt like it also had a wide range of social activities that I could participate in and like meet a lots of friends and new people. So that was really appealing to me. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Nadine. I'm from Jakarta, Indonesia. And what inspires me the most to go in the University of Auckland is that the university provides a range of programs that interest me the most, in which I am most interested in design. It is what I'm passionate at. However, before enrolling in my bachelor's degree, I'm actually unsure of what I'm passionate in. But since the university provides lots of programs, I'm able to choose and find what I'm most interested in.
Hi, May. My name's Aditya Rudrakar. Thanks for having me here today. You can call me Adi. I'm originally from Pune, India, and I've done my bachelor's in mechanical engineering from the University of Pune. I chose Auckland University primarily because of 4 reasons. My bachelor's project, my thesis, was essentially related to wind engineering. And Auckland University, the Newmarket campus, has a massive wind tunnel, which kind of worked perfectly fine for me. The second reason why I chose Auckland University was Auckland University was in the top 100 in the world in the Times QS and the world rankings. Third reason was Auckland is an incredibly diverse community and it's one of the best cities to come to New Zealand. And lastly, being a big fan of The Lord of the Rings, there was obviously no other way to go.
Yeah, and thank you for that. And so could you share a little idea about your impression when you first landed in Auckland?
I distinctly remember I landed in the middle of the night around 1 a.m. Auckland University had arranged for a driver to pick me up and drop me at one of the Airbnbs. And I had a good chat with the driver on the way down into town. And he suggested a few places that I should go and check out, namely the Viaduct. There was Devonport, there was the Rangitoto Island, which I had no idea was an extant volcano, which I felt was pretty incredible at that time. The next couple of days, it took me about a week or so to get adjusted to the weather, the climate, and then I kind of made my way around the city to explore the place and explore the university as well.
Yeah. What about you, Nadine? What was that first impression like?
Honestly speaking, since I come from a big city, it was quite similar to where I am from. So it was quick for me to adjust to the surroundings. However, the weather was something different. It's really, sometimes it's sunny and then it rains. It's quite confusing. But overall, I went here with my parents and I had loads of time to explore around the city and find interesting places that I often visit now.
Yeah, have you adjusted to the 4 seasons a day climate?
Honestly speaking, I am still a bit kind of baffled about the weather, about the seasons, but I'm slowly adjusting to it.
Yeah. And what about you, Samantha?
Oh, well, my first impression of Auckland when I first came was a few years back when I came on vacation with my family, and that was during summer. So very much blue skies, warm weather, but cool wind, and it was perfect. And I think that vacation single-handedly convinced me I'm gonna move here and I'm gonna live here next time permanently. But when I flew here for my degree, I believe last year, July. It was at the beginning of winter or like midwinter, and I arrived at like the dead of night, 10 p.m. It was dark and cold and raining, so like a bit of a difference from what I first experienced. But the flip side of that was the warmth of just Aucklanders and New Zealanders in general. Like the immigration officer who helped check my bags was incredibly helpful. Even the people on the flight who helped lift my luggage up into the overhead cabin, it was just like all super like comforting, and it was a great relief for me because I was traveling alone. And yeah, it definitely helped me like settle into my new environment a lot. So I have like awesome people to thank for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so being part of the University of Auckland, you're based in the heart of the city. No matter if you're studying engineering and you're based in Newmarket, or education, you're a bit up the road in Epsom. Can you tell me a little about your experience of exploring Auckland City? What are your favorite spots?
Do you want to go first, Samantha?
Yeah, I could go first. So currently education and social work students are all based out of Epsom, but there are plans for us to move to City Campus next year, which is really exciting. I just saw the new building, like I believe yesterday, without the scaffolding, and it looks great, so I can't wait. But yeah, other than that, the city has been really great to explore as well. Everything is surprisingly accessible, like either by bus or just walking. I've definitely found myself walking a lot more than I would back home. Like I've walked half an hour straight just because we were like, why not? And it's like really straightforward anyway. But yeah, the city has been great to explore. I haven't fully gotten the chance to like explore everything because I've been a bit busy, but I feel like everywhere I go, there's something new to see. There's something interesting going on, and that's been really great to experience as like an international student. Yeah.
Truthfully speaking, I have yet explored Auckland City a lot, but one of my favorite spots to go to that I often visit is Mission Bay. I enjoy seeing the sunset at the beach and the breeze just kissing my face. It's not really a breeze, it's really strong winds usually. But I've also visited Devonport using the ferry. It's a really beautiful place to go to. I climbed up a mountain, but I forgot what mountain was it.
Victoria.
I think at Mount Victoria. The view there was amazing. I could see the whole city, and the sunset was also beautiful. I feel that's similar to Samantha. There are lots of places to go to in Auckland City and lots of new places to visit, and probably could become one of your favorite spots to go back to.
For me personally, studying at university, I did spend a lot of time in the city centre, but also I like to explore. Being an avid hiker, I like to travel a lot and explore the regional parks that are around the place. One of my first hikes was Rangitoto Island, which was 4 days after landing into the city. And it was incredible. Like, it took me about 2.5 hours to get on top, but the views were spectacular. So that's a must do if you come to Auckland. The other couple of places that I absolutely love would be the beaches on the North Shore. You can go to Takapuna, you can go to Milford, you can go to Long Bay, you can go to Mairangi Bay, Browns Bay. There's just bays all over. And all of them are about a 10-minute bus ride from the first place.
Yeah.
So in terms of accessibility, as a student, it's not essential that you need to own a vehicle. You can take the bus, and the buses will actually drop you right in the heart of the regional parks. And you can spend your entire day out there.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. Thank you so much. And so we have a very important question from the audience. We'll have to read this one out. What is your favorite food in Auckland City? So from my perspective, I would love to hear what your experience has been like and what your expectation was before coming to New Zealand, what the food was going to be like.
Should I start? Yeah. From back home in Malaysia, we have a sort of stereotypical view of what's considered Western food. So like steaks, fish and chips, pasta, spaghetti, that kind of thing. And I was a little worried when I first came. I was like, there might not be that much of an option, like in terms of food. I was like, what if I get sick of bread and spaghetti so quickly? But after moving here, I feel like I've discovered that there's a super wide range of food, and like not just in terms of Western food, like just Asian food, like Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese food, which is some of my favorite cuisines. So I feel like there's something for everyone, anyone. And I feel like every day or every week I'm discovering that there's a new restaurant or cafe that looks interesting and I want to go to. So yeah, unlimited options.
For me as well, personally, I was certain about the melting pot of diversity that Auckland is. So in terms of expectation and availability of food, I was certain there would be several options, and it definitely did not disappoint. Like any suburb you go to, you're going to have several options. You can choose from Asian food, Japanese, you can choose Italian, you can choose steaks, just on your own preference. One of my favorite cuisines is Malaysian food, actually. Yes. And I found a spectacular place called Uncle Mounds, which is based
verified
about 10 minutes walking distance from university. So it was really awesome.
I actually totally agree with you, Samantha, about the Western food. Before coming to Auckland, I was actually a bit worried as well. What if I get tired of eating pasta and bread, because I don't really like eating sandwiches. But coming here, I was shocked with about the various food options here. Korean, Japanese, Vietnamese, there are so many. But I often come back to Indonesian food so I could be closer to home. One of my favorite restaurants is called Raos. I think it's at Dominion Road. Amazing food.
Thank you all. It's really good that you all highlighted this in your answer, that Auckland as a city is very multicultural and diverse, not just in its people, but also in the cuisines and the food options that we have here. So I want to hear from you, Adi. How was it adapting to a new culture?
I'd say my first experience with the Maori culture was at the university orientation, where we had the Pōwhiri, which is the Maori welcome, to welcome new people into the country and into the marae. That performance was something that still stands with me to this day, and each time I think about it, it motivates me to do better. Another thing in terms of culture was embracing rugby, which is at the heart of literally everything that the Kiwis do. And I started that off by joining the Auckland University Rugby Club, which is based at uni, and I joined several other students' associations and things. But what I discovered was there's nothing that brings Kiwis together like rugby. So for me, it was just that immerse myself into sport, and definitely everyone likes to have a yarn and the love for coffee. So a lot of people cannot actually start their day without coffee. So if you ever want to have a chat with anyone, just catch hold of them, go for a coffee.
Yeah.
They're going to love it.
And Samantha, you've had experience with the Maori culture when you first arrived. Can you share a little about that?
Yes, so because I'm studying early childhood studies, we do have to learn about biculturalism, which is really big. And I can see why, because biculturalism is really important to New Zealand culture as a whole. So not only do we learn about Maori culture through our studies, there are, like for example, there are courses in early childhood degree where we learned the Maori language and we were taught about the culture and stuff to look out for, and also Maori culture in the context of education. But also there are several ceremonies, especially during orientation, where we get to see certain examples of Maori culture, such as the Pōwhiri. And at Epsom campus, we have what's it called? The house? I forgot.
Marae.
Yes, at the Marae. Yeah, we have a Marae at Epsom campus as well. Yeah, and so getting to tour the Marae and having someone explain to us in detail about Maori culture, and it's someone who actually is Maori and knows what they're talking about, was really an eye-opening experience, and it was really great to experience that. Yeah.
What about you, Nadine? Have you had exposure to the Maori culture since you've been here?
I did not attend the events as Samantha did, but I enrolled in several classes that immersed myself into the culture. And I've learned lots of different stories in the Maori culture, their language and terms and events, which is amazing. And I found out that our language is a bit similar, and like there's some vocabularies that are similar to Indonesian, which I find very interesting.
Yeah.
Can I add on to one more thing? So in terms of the Maori culture, or even the local New Zealand culture, I'm sure a lot of international students would have this question as to how do I become friends with locals? How do I kind of get the whole experience of university? And my suggestion for them, for a lot of the international students, would be you have to go there and try and immerse yourself entirely. Like, you have to be open to going up and talking to people. It's like you have a friend group, and if there's someone from outside, if they want to be a part of that friend group, you have to make that effort to go and talk. So it's just that extra bit of effort that you need to put in, and that definitely helped me a lot, because I did become friends with quite a few local students who were there, and all of them lovely people. And one of them actually even managed to teach me the haka, the kamate haka. So
beautiful.
That's a good job.
That's a very important point. How did you guys make friends when you got to Auckland, Samantha and Nadine?
Honestly speaking, I am a shy person. I come off as really quiet to new people, but I try my best to put myself out there and just approach people and say hi and talk to them, especially in lecture, because I feel like it's important to find a friend in every course you attend to, so you have someone to study with you or just keep tabs if you're not there. So I would just suggest to new students just to put yourself out there and just don't be afraid to say hi, because everyone's welcoming here.
Yeah, I will say outside of class, I joined several clubs and societies. So I've joined Kiwi Asian Club, and recently I've joined the Japanese Auckland Club as well. I believe it's called Jam Plus.
Oh, me too.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we should go to a meeting.
Yeah, we should.
Okay, yeah, we should go to a meeting together. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, just like those clubs, they're really huge and there's a lot of people in there, and I haven't had a problem like fitting in. The club executives have been so nice and welcoming. Like, I believe the first time I went to an event, I was sitting alone because I didn't know anyone, and people like came up to me and sat down next to me, and they were so friendly and asked like, "Hi, what's your name? What are you doing?" and stuff like that. So clubs and societies have been really great for making friends. And yeah, like there's also a huge amount of clubs at Uni of Auckland. Like, there's so many to choose from. There's definitely going to be at least one that fits your interests. Yeah.
If there's one thing as an international student you don't want to miss, is orientation week. Because there's just so many activities that are ongoing at that point of time. And you can literally make friends with all over the world. Like, there's students who are from all different parts, everyone's in the same boat, just arrived in the country, trying to understand what's going on. So definitely give it a chance. Go attend orientation week, attend club expos. And I think the university has a couple of other resources as well, like the Auckland University Students Association. Like, they do this thing called as a buddy program, where they pair you up with an existing student who will help you settle into the country and get you adjusted to the culture and other questions and things that you have. There was also another thing for a lot of people coming from the subcontinent, as well as from Asia, maybe the accent can get a little weird. So there was this thing called as Talk to Kiwis, which was being held every week in one of the buildings, and everyone was invited to come down to, and it was mostly older people who just wanted someone to talk to, and it gives you a great opportunity to understand the language, get used to the accent, get used to the slang words. It definitely helps settling into the place.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And Club Expo, like you mentioned, what other clubs other than the Japanese Auckland meetup did you join, Nadine?
I joined the K-pop club because I am interested in it. And similar to Samantha, I was alone and I had no friends there. I remember clearly that during the first meeting, we were at the student quads and I was sitting alone at one table. And then I saw different people just together and I got so overwhelmed and scared. I texted my friend, I'm alone, what should I do? But I gathered the courage to talk to different people on the table, and they were also welcoming. And until now, we're a big group of good friends, so it's amazing.
What about you, Adu? Out of all the clubs, what did you join?
I honestly, I think I did a lot more co-curriculars as compared to studies, honestly. I joined, there was the International Students Association Auckland. I joined that. I joined the Auckland University Rugby Club. I joined the Auckland University Muay Thai Club. Then there was the Engineering Postgrad Students Club, which I also was a part of. There was OSA, for which I later on became the coordinator for the buddy program as well. I did the same thing for the engineering bit. It's just so many of them. And the good part was you could always, being a part of the club or part of any club, you can always have these co-joint activities with other clubs. So I spend a lot of time at uni doing heaps of co-curricular activities as compared to studies.
There is a lot of options out there, and
so
it's
many.
great to hear that you've all experienced and gotten yourself out of your comfort zone to join as many of the clubs and student associations as possible. So with that in mind, could you tell us, if you could describe your student life experience in 3 words, what would they be?
I can go.
Yeah?
So it was fun. Every day was a blast. Like, you could wake up with a challenge, but at the end of the day, there was always things to do. Second, it was knowledgeable, where you picked up a lot of information from people from different backgrounds, different countries. Being a master's student, I had people in my class who were just straight out of university, graduates, as well as someone with 15 years of experience. So it's first-hand exposure to how things work in the real industry. And the third thing would be, it was different compared to studying back home, or compared to even what I speak to my friends regarding studies in the States. The culture in New Zealand is quite different. People are a lot more welcoming, and they want you to be there. They want you to have fun. They want you to actually be a part of the country, of the culture, of the university.
I would want to say crazy, 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 but in a good way. But in 3 words, I would say crazy, because it's been a whirlwind of a ride. There's so many stuff going on in a good way. I exposed myself to the world. I made friends with different people from different countries. And the other word I would say is nurturing. Being here alone have greatly matured me as a person, and I can do lots of things on my own that I wouldn't have done back at home. And the last word I would say would be fun. Despite uni work being very overwhelming at times, but I take lots of fun in my projects, in my degree. I will always try to find the good side when doing my work, since it could be difficult and challenging. And just thinking of the positive side and try to make it fun makes it easier for me to go through all my assignments.
I think Adding on to that, my first word would be growth, because as an international student who came here alone, you are sort of like forced out of your comfort zone. Like there is nowhere else to go. So I definitely have grown up a lot since I left Malaysia. Definitely had to deal with a lot more adult responsibilities, such as not even just juggling studies and work, but also I had to find a new place to rent, so bills, stuff like that, just general adult stuff. And I think that ties into my second word would be learning. Like not just in terms of learning in an academic sense, but also learning more about myself, how to take care of my mental health and mental well-being while being here, and also just learning about everyone else as well, not just in like the general sense, but like about the world and how people work and how I intersect with other people and their lives. And my last word would be new, because I am in a new country, I am in a new environment, but every day there is something new for me to experience, not just meeting new people as well, just being here as well. This is a very new experience for me, and it's been great. Like there is always something new to look forward to, and yeah, that has been one of the things to look forward to as an international student. Yeah.
I'd like to add on one more thing to what you said. So you mentioned the renting bit, right? So as an international student, when you come into the country, you're searching for a place to stay, and there's several resources available at university. Like they have this during O Week as well. They have this renting expo kind of thing where you can actually go with people who are searching for houses, and you can literally find roommates. I think it's called Find a Roommate, literally. So I think there's something that
and also before I rented an apartment, I stayed in Uniacom for 1 semester. I stayed in specifically Tetirohanga, which is down Simon Street, and that was also a great experience. It's a very how do you say it? It's a good starter for anyone who's just moving out of the house, because I've never lived on my own before that. And also living in Uniacom, one of the benefits is you're surrounded by students, and it's super easy to meet people in the kitchens, in the common rooms, and Uniacom all have like super great facilities for you to use, and usually for free as well. So yeah, definitely take advantage of that if you're an international student.
Yeah, absolutely agree with what she said.
Yeah.
Because I myself lived in Uni Lodge for a year, and the same experience. Like there were a lot of students who were straight coming for the first time, staying away from home, staying away from parents. And for them, I think the university accommodation is a good way to gently ease yourself into doing things by yourself. Because honestly, as an undergrad, first time away from home, you're not really used to doing a lot of things by yourself. So
living on campus and having the support of the accommodation services is fantastic as you're transitioning to, maybe living with flatmates or living on your own after that. Adi, the audience want to know, what was your journey like when finding a job after completing?
So I graduated September 2019, which was, I'd say, luckily just before the pandemic, fingers crossed. But it was even prior to that, I did do a lot of co-curricular activities while at uni. Uni has several services, primarily called the Center for Development
Career Development and Employment
CDES, the CDES, which was quite helpful. They had these seminars and they had these kind of workshops where they introduce you to how different it is to finding a job in New Zealand as compared to a lot of countries. There's a lot of emphasis based on your nature, how well you work with people, how your references are quite integral, and how do you make references first and foremost. Coming from the subcontinent, from India, we have a very different way of how you search for jobs, but it was completely different out here. My journey for job hunting has essentially been coffee chats. I reached out to people on LinkedIn, emailed them quite shamelessly, to be honest, and asked them if I could meet for just a coffee chat, just so that they could give some suggestions. There was another thing called the Workplace Insights program, which was run by CDES, and it basically pairs you up with a former alumni, and it gives you the opportunity as a student to ask them questions and just get to know the industry as it works. So I'd say that entire process from during uni to finding an internship or to networking out, I'd say it is time consuming, and it pushes you out of your comfort zone if you're an international student, but there are several resources that are available at university to help you out, and I'd say the most important resource would be your professors. So build connections.
Connecting with people. That's a very important point, right? Connecting, networking with other people, whether it's industry through the Works Insights program or your professors during your program. Thank you, Adi, and it's so wonderful to see and hear from you, your journey in finding your current job. And so to wrap up, I'd love for you guys to give one piece of advice to our audience. So Samantha, what would your one piece of advice be?
It was something, I'm just piggybacking off of what I did say earlier, which is putting yourself out there, and just even I was a very shy person when I first came, but now I've learned the value of just putting yourself out there, going up to people and asking for help, or just talking to them in general. I haven't had one bad experience with where I went up to someone and asked for help and I got turned away or rejected. So yeah, just putting yourself out there, whether it be in terms of asking a professor for help, or going to a club alone and trying to talk to people and make friends, or just even a stranger on the street if you're lost. There is value in asking, in pushing yourself out of that comfort zone and being brave to ask. But I will also mention that I have the privilege of being fluent in English, so there is less of a language barrier. But I think, honestly, for international students who might be worried about that, as mentioned before, Auckland is such a diverse, multicultural society. Even if you're not that fluent in English, you will definitely meet people who are in the same position as you or similar position, who will accompany you and help you as you grow and develop your language skills, which is great. Yeah.
Similar to Samantha, one advice I would say is to come out of your comfort zone, as I'm also a really shy person. When I first came here, I was so scared to talk to people. I don't know why, but as time goes on, I've adjusted and I learned that there's no harm and it's not wrong to ask people. Even if you get rejected or they don't reply, it's okay. We don't know them, they're strangers. And I would say just don't be scared to ask and just come out of your comfort zone. It's really important, I would say.
For me, I think there's two things. I would like to add on to your point of the language barrier. Working in the industry, actively working in the industry, honestly, what I've seen is people in fact encourage you to speak more freely if your English is not that good. That's because I think everyone is aware that if your English is not that good, that means you're fluent in another language, which I suspect there's several people who are going to be there. So never shy away from speaking, just getting out there. And in terms of personal advice from me to potential international students will be, before you come to the university, try and connect with students or former alumni who have studied the course. There's LinkedIn, there's alumni pages on Facebook, there's other social media that's available. Connect with them, talk to them firsthand regarding the course, the good parts of the course, the not so great parts of the course. How can you do better? How well can the university help you? There's just so much that you can learn from just a quick message for someone who's already studied the course. And I'm sure that people will openly give advice on why you should do it.
Yeah, and we also have the TAP Ambassador program where international students can connect with current international students to ask any questions that they might have. Thank you, Adi, and thank you, Nadine and Samantha. Thank you all for your time today, for sharing your perspective, your personal stories. I'm sure the audience have gained invaluable insights from you all. So thank you once again.
Thank you for having us.
Could I add on one more thing? There's just something I'd like to say to international students. Being a former international student and a current resident of the country, having immersed myself into the entire Kiwi way of life and making several friends going through the entire process, there's this thing that I kind of came up with, where at the end of the first year, you understand whether you're made for the country, whether you can adjust to the country, whether you can be comfortable, whether you're going to be homesick or not. At the end of year 2, you understand whether the country is made for you, because you spent a lot more time there. You understand how the people are, how the place is, whether you can adjust to the climate, the place there overall. And then at the end of 4 years, you can decide to make the country your home or not. And if you make it your home, then you're obviously going to have a spectacular time out here.
So Nadine, we'd love to hear more about the Bachelor of Design. Can you tell us what your favorite class has been this year and why?
To start off, I would say the Bachelor of Design is a pretty laid-back program. I feel that everyone is inviting and welcoming and friendly in all of my courses. And my favorite class this year, specifically last semester, is Design 210. I think it's about design indigeneity and place. I specifically enjoy that class because my lecturers are all very welcoming. They make the class as if it's a homely space that I could open up about my culture, about my feelings, that I could express myself in that class. And additionally, apart from getting my knowledge about design, I am taught to be closer to my heritage, which is very dear to me. And I feel that it helped me appreciate my Indonesian culture even more. And that is why I really enjoy that class.
Yeah. And for you, Samantha, in the Bachelor of Education, majoring in Early Childhood Studies, can you tell us what that program is like?
Well, as Nadine sort of mentioned earlier, there's that element of constantly reflecting on your own background and cultural background, because within the context of early childhood education, as aspiring teachers, our professors constantly ask us to reflect on where we come from, our ambitions, and there is a lot of critical self-reflection that goes into early childhood studies. So there's definitely been a lot of self-revelations that have come out of studying early childhood education. But overall, it's been great. My classmates have all been great. It is quite a small class, and we're all quite tight-knit. My professors have all been nothing but helpful with any concern or question that I have. And this year specifically, this semester specifically, my classes have been delving more into the psychological aspect of education, which has been really interesting for me personally, because that was what sort of pushed me to study early childhood studies in the first place. I've always been interested in children and learning more about children and their psychology, as well as psychology within the context of education. So that has been really great and really enlightening this semester for me, even though assignments are a bit challenging, but that's what classmates are for. Yeah.
That wraps up our discussion today. Thank you all so very much for sharing your personal stories and experiences with our prospective students. Thank you all for tuning in. If you have any more questions about studying at the University of Auckland, please feel free to reach out to us in the chat or via email.
let's take it real slow. You know we got what you need, baby, so take it, move along. I said we got what you need, honey, come and move along. Come on. Rolling on the highway, please go. Wow. Come on, and move along. Come on. Said babe, I said babe. Oh honey, come and move along. You gotta feel it, yeah. You gotta move along. Gotta feel it, feel it, feel it, feel. You gotta feel it, feel it, feel it, feel. You gotta feel it. On the roadway, you gotta move along. Baby, you gotta move along. I said, baby, you gotta move along. I said, honey, take it real slow. I said, honey.
Hello and welcome to the University of Auckland's International Open Week. My name is Vaishnavi Arunodaya Gujar and I'm from India. To be more specific, I'm from Bangalore and Mumbai.
Hi, welcome back to International Open Week. I'm Audrey. I'm an international student from the United States. I'm studying economics and international politics here at the University of Auckland.
And I'm studying psychology and communications under the Bachelor's of Arts. Today, we're going to take you around Albert Park. Let's go. Albert Park is a student favorite, as I'm sure even you know.
Yes.
Because of how centrally located it is. Right behind us is the International House, as well as the clock tower right beside it. One of the many benefits of Albert Park is how many entrances it has. Each entrance opens up to a completely new space on our city campus. The other two gates open up into General Library, Kate Edgar, the Information Commons, as well as the Student Food Court. The last one opens up to Science Building, which is my personal favorite because I have most of my classes there. So I like coming down to Albert Park in between classes just to hang out with friends, complete a couple of assignments, and even do a little bit of exam prep.
Yeah, me too. This is the perfect place for a quick study break, especially on a beautiful sunny Auckland day like we have today.
My favorite place is under that cherry blossom tree. I think it's the most beautiful and most picturesque, Instagrammable place in the entirety of Albert Park. What about you?
I love the cherry blossom tree. I also love just sitting by the fountain with my lunch or a snack and enjoying the greenery. The flowers are always so beautiful here in Albert Park. They change them out quite frequently for the seasons, and I just think it is so special.
Have you heard about the myth about our fountain here?
No.
They say that if you toss in a coin and wish for something, it brings you good luck and it fulfills your wishes.
Well, the finals coming up.
I will definitely have to try that.
We'll some coins in the fountain for good luck on final season.
Around Albert Park, you can also find many historical statues. One of them is right behind us, and there are so many more scattered all around. You'll also find a couple of historic buildings as well. In just a minute, you can see our Sky Tower, which is behind us. It is one of Auckland's most iconic buildings and is part of Sky City. Have you ever been to the Sky Tower?
The Sky Tower was one of the first places I went when I first moved to Auckland. My dad and I went up to the top, got some city views. There's also a couple restaurants up there, I believe.
Yes.
But it is a great place to see the city, and everybody has to do it at least once.
I would also recommend the Sky Walk, and if you're brave enough, the bungee jumping off a Sky Tower as well. It is one of the most coolest and funnest experiences I've had. Slightly terrifying, but it's okay.
You did the bungee jump?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I could never. I've seen people do it though. It looks so much fun.
It is.
A little bit of thrill seeking in city center.
Yes. It's definitely for the more adventurous, but I would definitely suggest it.
It just goes to show there really is something for everybody here.
Yes. Another great thing about Albert Park is that it provides a central location for so many people to come together. It's not only for students, but it's also for so many artists to come across. Right in that direction is the famous gazebo. If you were to ever Google Albert Park, I think the first thing you would see is the fountain and then the gazebo. On many weekends, I've come down with my friends and seen a lot of hip-hop bands come out and do their thing. And it's amazing to watch how much energy they have.
It is beautiful. There's always something going on here in Albert Park, from club events, graduation pictures, people hanging out. As you can see behind us, it's not just for students. People here after work, just sitting on the grass, enjoying a picnic or each other's company. It's amazing.
Another great thing is that this is a dog-friendly park. So whenever I'm missing home a little too much, come down on the weekends and you can see dogs and puppies all across, and it just reminds me of home. If you were to follow me that way, we're going down to the Auckland Art Gallery for the more art fanatics, and we'll also show you a bit of Queen Street. Let's go.
I think that all of the museums in Auckland are so beautifully done. the Auckland Art Gallery, the Auckland Domain, War Memorial Museum, both of them are just beautiful. They have so many different exhibits and everything. So if you're into art,
Yes.
or if you're looking to get more into art, Auckland has the most beautiful museums, and they're free.
Yes, for all international students and everyone in general.
Yes.
Another great thing about Albert Park is how much it's connected. You can even get a bus from right down there or go onto Queen Street, which is maybe a minute walk from where we are currently. It's an amazing place to shop, grab a coffee, and
Yes. Great restaurants, great cafes, great shopping. Everything you need is right here.
Yes. It gives you that feel of you're not too far away from the city, but you're still at uni.
Exactly. I think that's the best thing about Albert Park is that although University of Auckland is a city campus, you're separated by this big, beautiful park. So you're still kind of on your side of the city, and it's not too crazy busy all the time, but just one walk through the park and you're amongst all of the shopping, the corporate office buildings, the cafes. It's amazing. It's a great place to be if you're a student who's never lived in a big city. Auckland is clean, it's safe, it's fun, so it's a very
Everyone is
manageable
very-
city.
Yeah, and everyone's super friendly.
Oh my gosh, everybody here is just so friendly. It's something that you'll hear from anybody who has visited New Zealand is
Yes.
that it's the people that really make the place here.
Yes. Right in front of us, but behind you, is the Auckland Art Gallery's cafe. I'm very much biased to it as it has some of the best coffee I've had in a long, long time, as well as the world's best muffins.
I've actually never checked out that cafe. I'll have to go
Yes,
see
you
it.
do.
And what a beautiful setting for it.
Yes, it also provides amazing view of Albert Park, so it's a nice treat to just kind of get out of the generalness of our campus
Yes.
and get away somewhere quiet.
Yes. Alrighty, shall we head down to Queen Street?
Yes.
As we were saying, Queen Street is where you'll find everything that you will need in the city. Shopping, Specsavers, where I get my glasses,
Yes.
cafes, the Chemist Warehouse, anything you need, grocery stores, they're all on Queen Street. It's also home to some great nightlife, I'd say,
Yes.
for a student.
I am from India and I really, really miss home-cooked foods. And there are a couple of places down at Queen Street that really make Auckland home because they have very home vibes at the restaurants. And I love
And
it.
amazing food.
Yes.
I think that's one of Auckland's best kept secrets is that the
Yes.
food here is amazing.
Yes.
I don't think I've had a bad meal here.
Yeah. And you can get a completely international experience. It's not just limited to 4 cuisines. So yeah. This is another place where I like to come and hang out with my friends, as a lot of people come and practice music here. They also come out with their bands to perform on the weekends. So it's a great hangout spot on the weekends for everyone.
Yeah, I'd say there's always something going on down here.
Yes, there's always.
Yeah.
Should we go down to the art gallery?
Yeah. Have you ever had any club events in Albert Park?
Yes, I've actually had a club meeting at Albert Park where we were talking about how nature and mental health is connected.
Oh wow, that's really cool. And it definitely is. I think that's why it's so nice to have Albert Park, because you can just escape uni for a little while and be in the nature, be amongst the flowers and the greenery, and just kind of chill.
Yeah. Here we
great.
are, the
Yes,
Auckland Art Gallery. It is one of the most beautiful galleries I have been to, with a really, really wide selection of exhibits. I went to the exhibit that they had about ancient Egypt and learned so many things about pharaohs that I never actually knew. We're also down at Queen Street right now. So right behind us, you can see the first glimpses of Queen Street and some of my favorite restaurants to eat at. There's Red Pig, where you get the best Korean barbecue, and it is amazing. I also like the fact that Gongcha, which is a Taiwanese bubble tea place, is not too far down, and they also provide a lot of student discounts, so it makes it budget friendly.
A lot of the restaurants I found on Queen Street, or just in between us and Queen Street, will have student discounts and student budget meals. which is amazing because they really cater to their audience with that. They know that most of their customers are probably uni students. I mean, with thousands of kids on campus, there's bound to be
a lot
of customers for the cafe.
As we're walking down, we can also see the Auckland General Library behind us. And I think that is also a great place to just hang out with friends and do a lot of studying maybe, but also enjoying the views of the city.
Yes. And just a little bit of a switch up if you want to get off campus and study somewhere else. But cafes can be noisy, so the library is a great place to be. I agree.
And if you are having a family, they have some really great programs for young kids as well. We're coming right down to Queen Street right now. In a minute, we can see a couple of buses which take us all around the city. So you can go from the zoo even down to Mission Bay, which is where you'll be heading next.
Yes. And that is something that really shocked me about New Zealand and Auckland, is that the public transport system is amazing here.
Yes.
And maybe that's just because I'm American, so I'm not so used to it. But I have never felt the need to have a car as a student in Auckland.
Yeah.
We've got trains, we've got buses, and you could take a bus pretty much anywhere you want to go.
Yeah.
And they have student discounts on the public transport, which is awesome. Everything is like half off, so I think it costs like $1.80 total to get to and from uni or anywhere in the city. So it's amazing.
Yeah. My other favorite mode of transport is actually taking a scooter.
Oh yeah.
A Lime bike or a Beam, which is absolutely amazing.
Couple over here.
Yeah. And they really make life easy. They're sometimes faster than getting a bus anywhere.
Definitely. It is. The buses can be really high in demand at these times of day. It's about 5 p.m. here now.
Yeah.
So everyone coming home from work, you might just be better off taking a Lime scooter, and it will probably be way more fun.
Yeah. Just down the street, there's also the Civic Center, which provides more artsy movies, as well as there's an IMAX theater behind, where is actually where I saw Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Oh, fun. Okay, well, just to wrap up our time here at Albert Park, I'm going to quiz you on some Auckland trivia.
Okay.
What is a fun nickname for Auckland due to its numerous yachts?
I think it's called the City of Sails.
It is the City of Sails. And what unique feature can you find in the middle of Auckland's Queen Street every Christmas?
I think the lights.
The
are
lights?
A big thing, and also Santa Claus.
Giant Santa Claus at the bottom of Queen Street, giant ornaments as well. And one more to wrap it up. What quirky event involves racing up the Sky Tower's 1,029 steps?
Oh my god. Can anyone tell us that in the comments? Because I'm not too sure.
It is called the Sky Tower Stair Challenge.
Oh,
so
wow.
something to look forward to if you're up for a challenge.
Definitely. I think that's all we can show today. Unfortunately, we would love to take you down to Queen Street. But yeah, next I hope you'll be very excited to see our friends Shirley and Mel down at the Waka Club. So yeah.
Bye. Thanks for joining.
Hi everyone, we're from the University of Auckland for the International Open Week 2023. Nice to meet you all. I'm Shirley Christine and I'm currently in my first year of Biomedical Sciences program in the University of Auckland. And today, I am joined by this old lady here. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Mel and I'm doing a conjoint in Law and Commerce, and I'm in my second year for Law and third year for Commerce. And I am joined by this young girl. Yeah, so where are we today exactly, Shirley?
Oh, we're in the Marine Sports Center. Today is a beautiful day, isn't it?
Yeah, it is actually. It was actually raining in the morning, and I was planning to sleep in.
Me too.
But the weather is so beautiful. This is like an opportunity, a sign for us to continue with this program, right?
Yeah.
So make sure you guys tune in.
Okay. Hi, Ala.
Hi.
Can you please introduce yourself and then what this place is?
Sure. Hi everyone, Talofa lava, loingo alai malo mata'afa. Hi everyone, my name's alai malo mata'afa. I am the sports team leader at the University of Auckland Sport. And today we are at the Hyundai Marine Sports Centre, and I'm going to take you through a small tour of what sports we offer here at the University of Auckland. Shall we start?
Yeah,
I'll show you where we put everything. So through here we have our equipment. This is what we call the cage. This is where we store all of our equipment, down from our wakaama paddles all up to our underwater club equipment. We offer many programs here at Auckland University. This is where we start a lot of our programs. We have, for all of our programs that we have safety briefings, which a lot of them happen here. All the coaches that run our programs are also qualified, and they're given to us from the RAYC, who we've been partnered with ever since 2019. So we're pretty lucky to have them run our programs, because they have a huge knowledge that they get to pass over to our students.
Amazing.
Yeah, so let's go. We also offer a lot of we offer sailing programs, which is from level 1 to level 3, and these programs are for our students who have either done sailing all their life or they've never done sailing ever. So we start from level 1 up to level 3, and they get to be coached by guys who have pretty much done it all their life and have a lot of qualifications in regards to it.
Quick question. Do you need to pass the test to upgrade to level 1 to level 2 to level 3? Or?
So level 1 is open to all our students or staff. So you can have never been on the water, but that's what level 1 is for. It's just for you to understand what sailing is, and what you need to do on a sailing boat, and that's what our coaches teach them to be able to be on the water safely. Yeah.
Where do you usually sail to?
So usually our programs sail just around here where the pier is, but and over completion over the level 3, we have a destination to sail, which they sail over to Rangitoto Island, where they spend the day there. They have lunch and everything there, and then they sail back. And a lot of that program there is mainly themselves, because they've gone through the whole program, and then our coaches are just on standby to make sure that they're safe.
Oh, so they go there by themselves?
Yes, so our coaches are still on the boat, but a lot of the time the coaches are just standing on the side, just making sure that we're doing. Yeah. So some of these boats here are our boats. We have 3 boats that the University of Auckland gives our students to be able to sail. Can you guys guess which one they are?
Which one do you think it is?
The ones with the logos, right?
There
should be a logo. There should be a logo.
Yeah.
Alright. Yes, so we do have 3 boats here. I'll even give like a quick pin. Just some of those guys there in the background that are just chatting, they're actually our coaches. So those guys there, they've got everything and they know everything. So it's pretty cool that they're in the background.
Do they sail regularly?
Yes, so they are the RAYC. They sail pretty much every day. They also do other programs. I mean, the main point of our programs here at the University of Auckland is to give many of our students the opportunity to be able to experience these sports. And that's to make sure that things such as money or opportunity doesn't stop them from being able to experience this. So it's pretty cool that we get to give these programs a go.
Yeah, especially with sailing being very expensive, right?
As we are known as the City of Sails, so sailing is a very expensive program here in New Zealand, in Auckland, but we also want to give every opportunity that we can to students. So we do have a go session at the beginning of every year where every student comes in and they try our different programs, from sailing to wakaama, which we'll go through a little bit later, but we also have a stand-up paddling program, which is also called SUP. So if you ever hear that, that's what it is. It's called stand-up paddleboarding, and that's where they come in for a 3-month session. It's very chilled. A lot of them fall in the water anyway, so just a key note, it's good to know to swim, but don't worry, we can also help you go through that. But those programs, not all our programs are super serious. A lot of the time we just want them to have fun and to be able to experience all of this.
Yeah.
You said that there are programs, right? Like, as an international student, cost is a big factor for us. So how much would it be roughly to join one of these programs?
Roughly, our programs, especially our sailing program, roughly they sit around the hundreds, so 200 upwards. But as I said before, cost is something that we never want our students to be something that stops them from experiencing our programs. So one thing that we are very fortunate here at the University of Auckland is that we can help them with these. So things such as payment plans, a lot of our programs are free. And then a lot of the time when the students do have to pay, the University of Auckland subsidizes those fees to make it easier and to make it accessible for them all. Yeah.
So you guys can actually come here and like learn sailing and everything like that. So if you guys want to come here, we're currently at Mission Bay. Have you ever been here?
No, never.
Not really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I know, right?
It's very close to CBD, and look at this beautiful space. You can drive here like 5 to 10 minutes, or you can ride the bus at around 15 to 20 depending on the traffic. But it's a really close place to like chill and everything, especially after exams, or like if you want to like go to a cafe or anything.
Yeah, we should come here after exams to celebrate.
I know.
It's too stressful right now.
Especially like we can try sailing now.
Yeah,
It's
we
so
can
cool.
try.
Yeah. All right.
And then, besides these programs, what other programs do you guys offer at the sports center?
Yep, so we also, with our marine sports programs, we also offer other programs. So for a lot of our exchange students, they come in and they stay in our hostels. So we have inter-race competitions where they can play kiarahi, which is an Indigenous Māori sport that we love to play. It's a combination of touch, netball, rugby, everything all in one, and that's a really popular sport for us. Inter-res, we have a whole competition where each hall plays another, so if you stay with an accommodation, they get to play for like this big championship at the end of the year. We also have inter-faculty sports, which whatever you're studying, so it'd be science or business or even arts, we have a competition called Interfaculty where they play against each other, where they play for the shield, a big shield. Currently, the engineering students are the champions here at the University of Auckland. We also have our social sports, so this is more for our students that they're not really serious, they're just here to have fun. They're not really good at the sport, but sports such as basketball, volleyball, we have touch, we have kiarahi, as I said before, and we also have indoor cricket, indoor netball. A lot of our sports that we offer about 17 sports per year in one portfolio, so it's pretty packed, and the majority of them is free as well.
When is specifically like the time for the competitions?
All of the competitions run during semester time, so semester 1, semester 2, and then usually we take the break between semesters. Yeah.
So currently, who's winning?
Well, the year's pretty much finished, so Engineering Eagles won. So the engineering students, they've held the cup. This science had it last year. So, but engineering came through and took it over. Yeah. So, yeah.
Congratulations, engineering. All right. Oh, wow. Look at the boats there.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. So we have Nani here who is from the Waka Ama Club. I'm going to pass it over to her and she's going to have a chat about our Waka Ama Club and what we offer.
Aloha mai kako o Nani ko'u inoa. Hi everyone, my name's Nani. I am from the Waka Ama Club. I am here at University of Auckland studying anthropological science and geography. I'm specifically interested in the Pacific Islands. So that's the reason why I came all the way to Auckland for school. I'm in my second year. I just moved here in February. I joined the Waka Ama when I got here at Club Day, and it's just been really fun. So Waka Ama, also known as Outriggers, originated in Polynesia, so I feel like I have a strong connection to the sport, being a Polynesian myself. So we have our 12-man. So usually for the club, we'll take this one out along with our 6-mans over here, just to get more people on the water. at one time, and you can join the club for just a leisure activity, just for fun, or if you're more serious and want to compete, we also do races throughout the year. I've done 6 races already this year. We've traveled all over Auckland, so it's been really, really fun. But yeah, we'll go out a couple times a week. Sometimes, during the summer, especially when it's warmer, we'll paddle out in the harbor, jump out, have a swim. It's really nice in the summer. The water's a little bit warmer. But yeah, summer's coming up. But yeah, whenever you guys decide to come join University of Auckland, please come join Wakaama. We'd love to have you. So yeah, thank you. Anything else?
How tiring would you say sailing and like these water sports are?
Yeah, it just depends how hard, we're going at certain trainings. So some trainings are a little more chill, a little more relaxing. But, if we have a race coming up, they're definitely more intense. We do more sets. And it can be really tiring, especially if you've never done it before. It's a full body workout. You're not just using your arms, you're using your shoulders, you're using your back, you're using your legs. So yeah, like for me, I was, I kind of got noodle arms. So when I first started, it was a little bit tough, but I'm like slowly like gaining the muscle and the ability to, get a little bit stronger, get a little bit better. So yeah, I really love the sport. So yeah, I'm like, working on it still, but we'll get there. But yeah.
So what's the difference between this sport and canoeing, would you say?
So I would say it's similar, just different names. I mean, it really just depends on the type of canoe you're talking about. Yeah. So like some people call these canoes as well. Or, like in the US, they have like canoeing too, but it's different than these. Just like the boats are shaped differently. But yeah, this is Wakaama's. It's a Polynesian sport. It's where it originated. So, but yeah, people can call it canoeing too, going paddling, or Wakaama outrigger.
So you guys train right over here, right in the sea?
Yeah, so we train just right out here in the harbor. Sometimes we'll kind of go across the bay over there. Got Rangitoto in the background. Every once in a while, that we like to paddle out to there, and the next beach over, Mission Bay. So yeah, it's really beautiful out there. It just feels good to be on the waters, especially when it's a nice sunny day.
So like today.
Yeah, so
not in the morning, but
not this morning, but yeah, now it would be so nice, just to go out there. And yeah, Auckland, when it's not raining, we got some beautiful sunshine. So
yes, that's right.
Yeah. All right, well, I'll pass it back to Ala. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Nani. So Wakaama is a really special sport to us. It's got an indigenous tie. As some of you might not know, but the waka is known as our form of transport back in our ancestors' time, traveling from island to island. So it is a very important sport to us. We do have one of our biggest competitions is called the Greatest Wakaama Race, which we have in the beginning of the year, where faculties come and they compete, and they a lot of the time, so this year they started from Okahu Bay, which is just over there. I'll show, and then we paddle over, and then there's a running component as well. And what's really cool about that race is the prize is going to Hawaii. So this year they went, Engineering Eagles won the Great Wakaama race, and they got to go over to Hawaii to compete in the Queen Liliuokalani canoe race, where they came 6th out of 180 teams. Wow. So they did such a great job with competing there. They were the only university team, and they were paddling against so many experienced Wakaama paddlers.
And they came 6th.
They came 6th.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's definitely an opportunity. The Great Wakaama race is free, so anyone can join. They just join within their faculty, and then you never know, you might win an all-paid trip to Hawaii. But I will say there's a lot of work behind it. As Nani said, Wakaama can get very intense. One of the races in Hawaii is 3 hours long. So it's definitely one that you have to power through.
Especially with the sea current and everything.
Yes, and especially island sun, very, very hot. Yeah.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
So, guys, would you like, sorry, would you guys like, because it was too interesting, I was too intrigued. We have a little quiz for everyone to join. So whoever's watching, feel free to comment on if you know the answer, and we'll be testing a bit of Ala's knowledge.
Ah!
It's okay.
I don't
You'll
know.
be great.
Are you ready?
No. But okay.
Alright, so, as you mentioned before, what is a fun nickname for Auckland because of its numerous yachts?
City of Sails.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. See, you're
1
doing
point.
great.
1
Yeah.
point.
Is
right.
that it? We should
Yes.
finish there.
Alright. What's a popular Auckland event involving a lot of thousands of paper lanterns lighting up the night?
The Lantern Festival.
Oh!
That's probably it. I'm not gonna get the rest right now.
You're gonna do great. It's okay.
And then, where in Auckland can you get close up and personal with the world's smallest penguin?
Kelly Tartans? Is that
Yeah.
right? Okay.
And so, just for your information, the Sea Life Kelly Tartan Sea Life Aquarium is just right over there. Just a bit more, and you'll be seeing the Sea Life Aquarium.
I think you said something about the sea life.
I heard that on your birthday, on the actual day, you can tell them that it's your birthday and you get a 1-day free pass to the Sea Life Aquarium. Little hack, little school hack.
I suppose it's very close to CBD, so you can come here anytime and
Celebrate your birthday with the penguins.
Yeah. All
right. Are you ready for the next one?
No.
It's gonna be easy. What's the tallest man-made structure in the southern hemisphere located in Auckland? Before you say it, let's see if our viewers know the answer to that. Do you want to try?
Sky Tower?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let me say that more confident. Sky Tower. Yeah.
Okay. And then, which market in Auckland lets you enjoy your food and shopping under fairy lights?
Girl? Is it the night market?
Yeah. But there's so many, so
Yeah.
you want to take a guess try to guess which one it is.
The night markets at night.
I think that's technically a correct answer.
Okay, thank you. I'll take it.
You'll get half point. It's the Silo Night Market, which is also located at CBD. So it's near the viaduct. So if you guys ever come to Auckland and want to try the night markets and you guys don't want to go too far out, the Silo Night Market usually opens on Sundays, if I'm not
Sunday
mistaken.
nights,
Yep,
yeah. And
Sunday.
then there's also one on Friday nights.
Yeah. So you guys can go and try that out and then let us know if you guys think it's good or not.
It's obviously gonna be good. It's food.
That's true. We're foodies. All right. So, I think that will be all for our session for today. Thank you, Lana, and thank you, Nani, for joining us today. And I hope you guys enjoyed our little video today. Would you like to canoe at the back? You can canoe. We can canoe out of the. All right. Thank you, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we hope to see you next year
in the University of Auckland.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Hello, thank you for joining our accommodation session. I am Stephanie, I use she and her pronouns, and I'm the Manager of Accommodation Solutions.
Hello, I'm Sambo. My role is Administrator Accommodation Solutions, and we can't wait to give you an insight into the different types of accommodation we have on offer at the University of Auckland. 大家好，我是 Sambo， 我的职责是住宿解决方案管理。我已经迫不及待地想向你们展示奥克兰大学不同类型的住宿。We hope that by participating in this session, you will gain a good understanding of accommodation options available for you at the University of Auckland. No matter what stage of your tertiary journey you are in, We also hope you will take away some key information regarding accommodation fees, key dates, services, and the support available to those who live in our residences, and a taste of what life is like in University of Auckland accommodation.
At the end of this session, we'll have a slide with our key contact information should you have any specific questions or need further information. Our website is also a great hub of information regarding accommodation, as is our Instagram, which showcases the huge range of activities and events happening each day. In this section, we'll take you through a quick overview of our residences. We have over 4,500 beds within our accommodation portfolio. We're going to spotlight our self-catered residences, which are available to our undergraduate and postgraduate students who are 19 years or older, and where the majority of our international students will live. We also have halls of residences specific to our 18 and under first year school leavers. You'll find more in-depth information about these on our website. However, we would like to quickly show one of these residences, Waiparuru Hall.
Waiparuru is our newest and the biggest first year hall, housing just under 800 students each year. This residence is only available to students who are the first year high school leavers. International students need to be between 17 and 18 years old at the start of academic year.
Waiparuru is the largest first-year hall in Australasia and boasts 2 towers with single rooms, fully enclosed bathrooms, common areas throughout including music, games and study rooms, and a new style of dining that is similar to a food court with different stations offering different cuisine options throughout the day. The hall is about a 10-minute walk from the central campus library. We're now going to look in depth at our self-catered residences. These residences are specifically for our undergraduate and postgraduate students who are 19 years or older. Living in University of Auckland accommodation means you live super close to campus and pay one fortnightly instalment, which covers your accommodation fees, all your utilities like power and water, access to laundry facilities, and a membership to the University Recreation Centre. This is really exciting as our new state-of-the-art recreation centre right in the heart of the city campus is due to open at the end of 2024. You'll also have a dedicated accommodation team on site to help with any queries, run some great events, provide support, and link you in with any university services you may need.
Tertullian is the closest residence to the city campus library and offers 488 single study rooms in a high-rise tower. With shared bathrooms on each floor, each room has a single bed, desk, chair, and heaps of storage. There's an incredible sky deck to watch sunsets over the Auckland Harbour or take a break between lectures and study.
There are 2 floors of communal kitchens with space to store your food and cooking items. This residence also has study spaces, a music room, karaoke room, and movie room. Being so close to campus, it's a great central base to remain focused on your studies and get involved with everything that's happening on campus.
Carlo Park Student Village is home to 1,603 residents in shared apartments. Carlo Park Student Village is made up of Nichols and the Stu McCutcheon House right next door. Nichols has 7 smaller blocks of apartments, and the Stu McCutcheon House is a high-rise tower we opened this year. Apartments range from 3 to 5 bedrooms with shared kitchen, lounge, and bathroom in each.
Living in an apartment with others is a great way to make friends and build community whilst in New Zealand, whether you're keen to share some meals or hang out together between lectures. Like all of our residences, Carlo Park has a huge range of common spaces for you to enjoy, including outdoor courtyards, movie and music rooms, basketball and volleyball courts, and numerous quiet or collaborative study spaces. And it's only a 10-minute walk away from the city campus.
55 Simons offers 343 studios for solo students or couples, which are fully self-contained with a private en suite bathroom and kitchenette.
This residence is really popular for those who want their own contained space, but this doesn't mean you won't have the opportunity to build community and make friends. 55 Simons has shared common areas, study areas, and even a deck with a student-run herb garden. All of our halls and residences are owned and operated by the University of Auckland, which means no matter which residence you live in, you can expect the same great experience. Accommodation sits within campus life, which means we can easily link you in to all the engagement, well-being and academic programs offered at the university. New Zealand has the Pastoral Care Code of Practice for domestic and international students, meaning we are committed to continuously delivering a high level of care for our residents. Living on campus in university accommodation means you have access to an incredible accommodation engagement program, with the residence team providing a huge range of events within your residence, between residences, and in collaboration with the university. We offer an accommodation wellbeing framework, linking you in to support services at the university. There are resident advisors in each residence. These are our older students who help you settle into your new home away from home, run events, and refer you on for any services or support you may need. Access to the Recreation Centre is included in your accommodation fees, and we work closely with the university security team to ensure your safety whilst living on campus. All of this in modern residences right on the doorstep of the university city campus. Alongside our resident advisors, each residence also has a full accommodation team of professionals trained to support you in your living, learning environment. The head of operations oversees the day-to-day running of the residences. Resident managers are on site at each residence, supported by the resident coordinators, residential experience officers, and night supervisors. There is always someone there if you need them, or just want to chat about all things New Zealand.
If you want to see what the day-to-day life is like in our residences, make sure to check out the UOA Accommodation Instagram page at uoa.accommodation. There are quick links to each residence, showcasing the residence itself, events, student perspectives, and more. Applications for the following academic year open on the 1st of August the year before. We continue to make rolling offers right up to the start of semester, but make sure to get your application in as soon as you can.
Make sure you know which residence and room type you want to apply for before starting your application. You can only make one application and one preference choice. We know everyone has the one residence they really want, so we do our best to make an offer for that residence. If we can't, you might receive an alternative offer, which you can accept or decline and opt to stay on the waitlist for your original choice. You cannot accept an offer at one residence and stay on the waitlist for another. Please make sure you note any medical or accessibility needs you have. This won't impact your application, it just means we can ensure we have the right accommodation and support in place for you. You will need to complete an About You section as part of your application. This is where you can really showcase yourself, your interests, and how you'll get involved with the community at your residence. We recommend typing these out in a Word document and copying across to your application when you're ready. The questions are all available on our website. If you did want to make a change to your application, please don't start a new one. Get in contact with the Accommodation Solutions team and we can assist you. Just email us at accom@auckland.ac.nz. These are our key dates for accommodation. Make sure you're aware of due dates so you don't miss out. Applications don't close and we will continue to make rolling offers as people withdraw or decline. Move-in day for our halls and residences is early February each year. Applications for semester 2 open on the 1st of April, with first offers for this term going out in May and move-in day in early July. Please note our contracts are all fixed length, so you need to stay and pay for the duration you agree to. Many of you will require a visa to study in New Zealand. You do not need a confirmed visa or offer of enrolment to apply for accommodation. As part of your accommodation application, you will need to let us know your visa status and whether you want to be considered for accommodation without a confirmed visa. This does mean agreeing to our withdrawal conditions. If you are not successful in receiving a university enrolment, we will refund any deposit paid for a confirmed accommodation booking. Ngā mihi nui.
Thank you for watching.
Kia ora everyone and welcome to our accommodation panel discussing the residential experience. My name is Sinead Fisher. I am one of the residential experience officers here at the University of Auckland Accommodation, and I am joined here by two of our residents, one from Carlo Park Student Village and one from Te Tirohanga. I'll let you both introduce yourselves.
Yep. Hi everyone, I'm Richard. My pronouns he, him. I've come from China. I've been here for 5 years and I'm loving it. So I'm in my second year studying marketing and management.
Hi, I'm Charlotte. I'm from the UK. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm here on an exchange year, and I study environmental science as my degree.
Brilliant. Well, thank you for both joining us. I'm going to be asking you some questions just about what it's like to live in our accommodation. So the first question, could you tell us about how you learned about the accommodation?
So being an international student, my uni kind of prompted us that we could live in university halls, my home university. So they kind of gave us the direction, and then I kind of found it through the website, and then it kind of fit what I was looking for, so I chose my accommodation.
So for me, I got to know all the accommodations while I was in year 13 here. And I actually came to the open day with all my friends, so we checked all of them out.
Oh, brilliant. Amazing. So why did you decide that you wanted to live on campus here with us?
Obviously coming overseas, it's quite a bit daunting to kind of be living in a new country. There's a lot to get used to before you even arrive. And so it's quite helpful to already know that you're going into like a place that's quite supportive. There's other people going through the same experiences. I'd heard from like staff and things when I was just, you always have those little queries and like emails that it was a lot of international students. So it felt like the right choice to go there and live on campus and really get into kind of the community of the University of Auckland.
For me, a lot of my friends were coming to University of Auckland and decided to stay on campus. So it made sense for me to do the same, and I was really looking forward to meet friends and meet new people through this experience, which I have made so many friends already, and I'm really happy about that.
That's amazing. I love that. Is there anything about the application process that you wish that you had known before applying or going through that process?
Yes, so I actually spent quite a lot of effort in applying for all the accommodations I stayed in. So I stayed in Waipa last year and this year at Carlo. So for both of them, I actually took them quite seriously. And I know for both of them, they are quite competitive. A lot of students want to come. So I recommend students to take it seriously, just to, it's a good chance for you to write up about yourself, for the RAs, your managers, to get to know you before you move in. So that would be my advice.
So moving on to once you arrived here, what was moving into your residence like for you?
Oh, it was chaotic. It was chaotic and hectic.
Yeah.
But I say it was exciting chaos. It was very, very fun. I remember the first day I was moving in Waipa in my first year. All these students we were on the same floor. There were like 24 of us. Every student's door is open, so you just kind of go room hopping and get to know new people. So we went together we walked to the domain together, and while my room was still in a mess. But yeah, I really enjoyed the first day moving in.
Yeah.
Such an experience.
What about for you?
I arrived in kind of a very chaotic, jet-lagged haze at like 1 a.m. in the morning into the country. And then, I mean, it's so good that the university have like airport pickup, which was so nice because it's 1 a.m. in the morning in the airport and you just want to go somewhere and sleep, and 30 hours of like flights have really take their toll.
Absolutely.
So it was really nice, especially when we arrived, and one of the RAs greeted us, and she was lovely. She's still my RA because she's the one for my floor, and I love her. She's so lovely and kind, and I still speak to her. And yeah, it really was really nice to meet her, and she showed us to where we were staying, like our rooms, and It was so nice. And then my first day was, I obviously went to sleep at 1 a.m. but my first day was lovely because I met some people literally just cooking for the first time in the kitchens, and somebody across from me, I could hear like a Dutch kind of accent, and I was like, oh, are you international? And we met, and we then went on, don't ask me why we did this when we were both really, really jet lagged, but we walked 2 hours to Kmart to buy kitchen stuff. I still don't know because it's 2 hours there, 2 hours back, jet lagged, but it was so much fun, and like it's still ingrained in our mind that anytime we go past a Kmart, we're like, oh, that was our first day buying things, and we walked back with like plates and knives and all the kitchen stuff, and yeah, it was really fun. Yeah.
It's a good memory to have of that experience, right?
No, it's so nice.
Well, on that, you're talking about going and buying things for your place. What would you recommend bringing from home with you when you travel over here?
So everyone gets advice from different countries and like people who have gone and stuff, and nobody had really come from University of Auckland, just with like COVID and stuff, from my university for a while. So I got the advice to bring like very practical clothing, and someone said don't take too many clothes, which is very good advice because you've got to remember to bring like your whole life in one suitcase. Which, on a side note, paying for the extra luggage and like the extra kilos, very much worth it. Really do it, and really do bring like the practical stuff. But something that I feel like I should have done is bring more of the stuff that I actually wear on the day to day. You know, like the nice jackets and the stuff that you actually really enjoy wearing and feels like gives you confidence. Because I brought a lot of practical stuff, and now I just feel practical all the time. Yeah, but it is also important to bring like beauty. This sounds really weird, but like beauty stuff, medical stuff, like any skincare and things, because some things are just not here, or you'll end up like researching brands and trying to find alternatives, and it's stressed out a lot of people when they've not got what they need. So that is really recommended. And things like bedding, I know that's like a weird one, but it is really nice to kind of have your own like duvet or like maybe pillowcase, just something familiar, which is quite lightweight.
Cool.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and want to make an emphasis on duvet. It's so important. It's like it's such an important part of your life. You know, you spend 12 hours, or maybe not 12 hours, maybe 8 hours every day on it. And I mean, I've got a set of really nice duvet that are really comfortable, and I just enjoy every night when I go to bed and just be able to get a comfortable sleep. And some of my friends I know, they chose some cheap duvet materials, and they've been struggling.
Yeah, with kind of like the scratchy kind of materials. Yeah.
How have you found making friends here, and do you have any tips for international students in going about that?
I mean, I can go first. Okay. So I arrived obviously at 1 a.m. and I was cooking, and so I met one of my really close friends just by cooking and hearing her accent and being like, oh, are you international? I'm quite extroverted, so it is kind of easy for me to kind of talk to people, but I know that some of my friends are more introverted. If you are kind of an introverted, it's important to say that an extrovert will adopt you, especially in where I live. You will be adopted. It's very communal. You have no choice. You'll be taken in by a group, and that's it.
That's great.
The only thing is quite important to be there within like the first week. I think it's very it's not like if you come later you won't make friends, but I think that those friendships form because you're all just suddenly there and you're all together in this very communal space and you're just there. The really random tip that is a very anecdote. Okay, so I am a bit mad for doing this, but the important thing is you walk into the lifts at my accommodation, and if I heard, like, if there was a few people, not if there was one person because that's weird, but if there's a few people, I just go, oh, is anyone international? Like, because a lot of people had just arrived, and then I met like quite a few people that way, including I walked into a lift, it was all girls. I was with this friend that I had just made, and I was like, oh, hi, is anyone international? It was all Americans on the same program. They all answered me in unison and were like, we all are, like all the exact same words. And we're like, oh, hi, I was like, hi, I'm Charlotte, I'm from the UK, and they're like, hi, Charlotte, and then they all said bye in unison. It was a surreal experience, but it's so funny because if we ever see them again, like, it's just Yeah, it's really funny, but the lift games are quite fun, at least for the first few days. I wouldn't recommend continuing it because then you look mad, but the first few days you can get away with it and you meet a lot of people.
Oh, that's such a cool
Yeah.
idea. I never thought of that before.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
really funny.
Yeah.
That's how I like learned about like countdown and like where to go and get food and
Oh, wow.
yeah, I don't know, the lift games kind of saved me in my first few days, but I did look a bit like a nutter. A lot of people do know me as the woman from the lift, but yeah.
It's a really great way of meeting people.
Yeah, no, because you get to know everyone, and then when you see them in the kitchen, you can start like chatting to each other, or you'll just run into each other and you'll be like, oh, hi. And like I still speak to people that I met in the lift, even if they're not in my like close friendship group that I've done a lot with. Like we'll randomly just talk, and then I won't see them for like a few days, and then I'll just talk to them again. And no, it's really fun. Yeah.
I think you shared a really good example on how to find that Me Too moment with people, how to find people that are similar to you, like have a similar background, where you can build a connection really quick in a in a short time. I think for my advice, I'll share something about finding people that are different to you. So what I find that a lot of international students, they come here, they tend to always go for the same people that they know, or we just have the tendency to hang out with people that are similar to us. But from speaking from my own experience, I recommend to have this this open attitude, that you are proactive, always look out, seeking for people that are slightly different in your background.
Yeah.
So, and the thing is very interesting as well.
Yeah.
When you are actually curious about that people who are different to you, you start to learn that different culture. You still to learn different language.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing to see that.
Like the diversity of it all. Yeah, it's really lovely, and hearing everyone speak their languages and all the different foods and stuff people are cooking. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I agree
mean,
with you,
New Zealand, Auckland is such an international place. There's so many different cultures here, and it's just such a good opportunity for us to get to know them all. In that way, you can also meet friends from this multicultural experience.
Yeah, from places that you just never even really think of some places, and it's so lovely. It really is. It's really nice to like meet people. I will say the only person that I haven't met, I've met people from all over the world. I have one Kiwi and she's not allowed to go anywhere. She's in our friendship group, and yeah, she's our one Kiwi that we have in TT, and we love her. But no, that's it. It's so nice to meet everyone, and
definitely. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So another question I'd like to ask you both is, why did you choose to live in the residence that you're living in this year? So you're living at Carlaw Park. What was it about Carlaw Park that drew you in?
Right, so Carlaw Park, the most attractive part of it was the flatting experience. So I actually applied with 3 of my other friends. And we tried to apply to be in a flat of 4 people. But unfortunately, 2 of them pulled out. However, this year...
Oh, bless you.
I mean, oh, thank you. But this year, so me and my girlfriend, we got put with 3 other just random students this year. But it actually turned out really well. We loved them. I loved how quickly people get to know each other here at Carlaw, and we've been doing quite a few flat meals together and become really good buddies.
That's really great. And you're at Te Tirohanga. What was it about Te Tirohanga that you liked so that you applied for it?
So I really do love, this is going to sound really controversial, but I love communal living. Obviously it has its downsides. We all know what living with lots of people can be like, but it's so nice just to have that community. Like even if you're living on different floors, you meet so many different people, and it's so lovely to always meet those like unexpected people. Like even though I've been here 2 months, I'm still meeting new people who live in the same thing, and so I've seen them around, but I've not really got to know them. And then they're sat with you at the table at dinner, and then you're chatting, and then you're learning about them, and it's so nice. It's really lovely, and I love that it's really lovely in Te Tirohanga. Like everything feels very new, and we've got like the sky deck and the music rooms, and like the whole of B1, which is like a floor with pool tables and stuff, is really nice, and it's just really communal, and it's lovely. I really like the rooms as well. They've got really good like views being so high up, and
Cool. Love that. That sounds great. So now the next question I'd like to ask, what kind of support that you get from our accommodation staff that you find is quite valuable to you?
I mean, sorry.
No, you go. You go.
I mean, this year at Carlo, I think somewhere is really safe. It's very supportive. Just the whole environment, the whole space is very nice. And I don't really see that I need an RA there to help me. But at the same time, having an RA that I know I can talk to whenever I have a problem or have anything that I need help with, I know there's someone that's going to help me. It's really nice.
TT, it's lovely for the staff. I've not met any of the bad staff of where I live. They're so lovely. They're just, and I feel like a lot of places that I have lived before, it feels like the staff are kind of a bit separated. And obviously they are, because they're obviously working there. But also they're always down for a chat, and they are very much like a part of the community. Like sometimes I'll just be walking through, there's like the doors, and then you have to go through to like the lifts and the stairs and the reception kind of area. And I'll come in, I say hello to the people working behind the desk, particularly like Jaspreet or like Mandaria, she's like sat there. And it's lovely that you start greeting them, they're kind of like become very friendly. And I'll come back and just talk to them about like their day, or if we see each other, we'll just sort of smile in public and then talk about it later when we get in the accommodation. No, it's really nice. I feel like there's a very close relationship with the staff and the RAs. I know them quite well, and I think they talk a lot to people, and they obviously live in the building, so they live on some people's floors, and it's really nice. It doesn't feel, there's no like distinction. It kind of feels very integrated and very nice and warm, and there's obviously they do their jobs, but it doesn't feel very stiff, if that makes any sense. It feels really relaxed and nice. And
they're just like friends to us. They're not like teachers or staff members. They're just friends there.
No, you know, it's really nice, isn't it? I'm sure like the Carlo staff are the same. It's really nice. And if there's any issues, like the issues never go, I mean the issues come up in all places, but they don't go very far, because you do feel like you can talk to the RAs or the staff. So it always feels really nice. Even if it's like, sometimes being an international student, obviously like you've got all these weird issues that suddenly pop up, and then I'll be like, Jaspreet, I need to get a job. How do I do this? And he'll be writing me out like a list of all the steps that I need to take to go, or where's the best place to get food, like count, you know, like there's supermarkets about, or their experiences. They're really, really helpful and lovely. Yeah.
And for both of you, as international students, how have you found integrating into the University of Auckland, and what's your experience been like of that?
Right. So I've been here for 5 years. In terms of integrating into the university as international students, I think I don't feel as strong as some the new international students might be feeling like. But in my opinion, I think everyone's got their own challenge, and it's not just international students who are integrated into university life. Everyone's getting into this new space. And in my opinion, just embrace it. So, you know, like, just like you said, when you see someone, just, you know, greet them, you know. When you sit in your class, you know, greet people around you and make friends with them. It's not that hard, and people love to have a chat.
Yeah, they do. Especially like, it's so controversial, but if something goes wrong, is the best time to laugh about it with somebody. Like if you're running around like looking for somewhere and you've noticed someone from your class doing the same, like that is the golden opportunity to talk to them, because you just bond over this like mutual panic. Or just even like, or if you hear somebody and just, it always feels a bit awkward, but then you talk to somebody and then you do get to know them, and you get into the swing of it quite easily.
It's really about the shared experience. You know, we all come together here in Auckland at Auckland Uni, and we all share the same experience here, and that is, you know, that is very valuable. And someone you can bond to people together with.
Especially like the societies I found are really good to kind of bond people together, especially because a lot of the international students, at least on the exchange, we kind of interact together because it's a lot easier to approach somebody that you know is also like international and has that shared experience. But I feel like the societies are really nice to join people who are there obviously studying full time, whether they're international full time or they're obviously Kiwi. And yeah, no, I really like it. The one that I love the most is the Tramping Club. I think it's a really lovely society that even if you're not really into walking, like they did beach cleanups and they join with other ones, and it's really nice and it's really communal.
That sounds really cool. I'm also, I used to be in the badminton club, so I've got a bunch of friends to play badminton with, and I've got friends to play basketball together with, and I'm in the marketing and design collective where I meet all my fellow marketing students. So I think it's also about what you're interested in, and finding people who have the similar interest.
Yeah, like I know a lot of people have gone climbing or like the skiing or the snow sports. And they've really loved it. Like they've gone away over the mid-semester break with them or on trips, and they don't really know a lot of people there, but they end up like sleeping in rooms or in the car with people, and they've made some really good friends through it and they've really enjoyed it. So I think that they're a good like an in. Yeah. But
absolutely.
Yeah.
Great. Another question that I'm really interested to know. So we have quite a lot of events that we have in all of our residences and all throughout accommodation. What has been one of your favourite events that you've experienced so far living with us?
Oh, this is interesting. I enjoy the most, it has to be the casino end of semester party at Carlo.
Nice.
So yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah.
So everyone was dressed up and we...
Oh, lovely, yeah, with like the fancy clothing.
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
Oh,
exactly.
that's always lovely, yeah.
So they set up a dance pool at the foyer at Carlo,
nice,
so everyone was actually dancing there for the night.
Oh, that's lovely, yeah.
which was quite silly, but it's always interesting when you're doing silly things together with other people.
No, it's those fun things. It's the like the bit more of the mad things that always are like the best memories, like the unexpected. Yeah. No, I think for me it was like I can't remember what they called it, but it was sort of like paint and sip.
Paint and sip, yeah.
So they had like cheese and like crackers and Italian sausages and like nice little bits, like a lovely selection of food. And then you got like a canvas and paints and drinks, and it was really nice to kind of just all join together and just chat while doing. Some of the creations are really nice. It's just funny to see what everybody does. And yeah, some of them, they came out really well. There's a really funny cat one that kind of looks like, you know, the Scream picture? Like, you know, like the Pablo Picasso where he's got like his hands, like the emoji as well, and the cat's kind of looking like that. And it just makes me laugh every time I go for the lift because it's been put up and it's
on
really
display
nice
for you all to see every day.
Yeah, but it was so funny. And yeah, if anybody looks on the Facebook page, you'll find me looking like a cat because my friend like did the nose, and then I was like, you've got to go the full thing. So I've got it like all over my face. And I actually went out after this event and I started talking to people and I forgot that I had paint all over my face. And I had like the seriousest conversation with the straightest face, and I just looked like a cat in it. So there is a picture of me with that. But it was so much fun, and everyone was just mixing, and it was so nice to see, like, yeah. And the other one which was lovely was the hangi.
Awesome, yes.
Which was really nice to kind of experience like Maori food and the potato salad at the end. That they were like, we've got Maori food and the potato salad.
Yeah.
But it was so lovely, and yeah, it was really nice just to chat to people I hadn't seen for a while and sit on the floor and experience something new. Yeah.
Amazing. I'm so glad that you enjoyed those events and that you had a great time. That's really cool. Final question for you both. Do you have any final words or any final tips for international students that are thinking of moving over here and living in accommodation with us?
I'll probably let you go first.
Do you want to go first, or I don't mind?
Okay.
I don't mind. I need
I'll go first.
Second to compose in my brain.
Yeah, definitely. So I say, you know, enjoy the time, make the most of it. You know, it's such a cool place. I enjoyed so much while I was living in Carlo and Waipa, and you know, all these nights that we went out together, and all these times that we walk to the domain, we go to the gym together with all my friends, and I know I'm going to miss Carlo a lot. I just know it. So every single moment I'm there, I'm just trying to enjoy it. And it's uni life, It's the most fun part, I'd say, in your life. So make the most of it.
No, I agree. I think it's lovely. I'm going to miss my accommodation when I go. I think the important thing to remember when you're an international student, there's 2 golden rules. You will make friends, and if you're getting on a flight, bring a jacket with lots of pockets and trousers, because it will come in handy very, very much for your flight. But no, I think the important thing is to remember that you do have to put yourself out there and kind of exceed that comfort zone, but you will make friends. There are so many lovely people, especially in my accommodation. It's very communal and it's very nice. It's lovely, and yeah, once you get over the jet lag, you will love New Zealand. If you can make it through those few days, you will love New Zealand. For the first day, I was walking to the countdown on my first day, and I saw a ship to Sweden. I don't even live in Sweden, but I was like, take me back to Europe. I want to get on it. But if you can make it through the jet lag, all will be good. You will make friends, you will get used to things, and you will work stuff out, like all the technical bits. You may not be that kind of adult yet with banks and insurances and stuff, but you will become it, and then you will turn into your mother, but it will all be good.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you.
Yeah.
I still remember the very first couple of weeks while I came to New Zealand, and that was hard, man. That was just hard. Everything is so difficult. Going to a different country, you have to set up, new bank account, small things like that. It can be really challenging.
Yeah.
But, look at me now. I'm really loving it.
Yeah, exactly. Like that first week is kind of like a bit of a fever dream. Like I walked up Mount Eden like 3 days in with a whole bunch of international students. I went out. Like there was so many fun memories that I love. But also I look back on it and I was like doing insurance and jet lag, and I was doing most of these things at like 5 a.m. in the morning when my brain was like, we've had a nap and it's the middle of the afternoon and it's 5 a.m. with the 11 hours difference. But no, it will be good. And I think a lot of people have worried before they came about how it's going to affect kind of relationships. I know this is not almost accommodation, but it does kind of come in with making new friends and then leaving kind of old friends. You will still be fine with relationships back home. It is hard with time differences, and you're kind of in a new life, you're very busy, but it is okay. You do find ways around it, and you're always busy, but it does go okay, is what I want to say. You will have a lot of notifications on your phone, but you will get back to them, and your friends will understand, and your family and stuff. So it'll be okay. You won't be alone, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Brilliant. Great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both. Really appreciated talking with you today.
That was really fun.
No, it was so lovely. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you all so much for watching this session. If you do have any questions about applying for accommodation, feel free to pop us an email at accom@auckland.ac.nz, or if you'd like to check out some of our residential experience, feel free to follow us on Instagram, yourway.accommodation.
Kia ora. Welcome to this session on international scholarships. My name is Arthur Johnson, and I'm delighted to speak to you about the University of Auckland's support of international students through international scholarships. In this session, I will be covering who should apply, types of scholarships, scholarship timelines, where to find scholarship information, frequently asked questions, and key contacts. Now, who should apply for these scholarships? Each year, the University of Auckland offers more than $15 million in international scholarships to attract only the best and brightest around the world, but also those that are of good character and contribute meaningfully to their communities. Full-time international students can apply for international scholarships for in-person and online study. There are different types of international scholarships offered at the university. The first type of scholarships are level-specific scholarships, which are for undergraduate, postgraduate, and doctoral students. On an undergraduate level, the following international scholarships are available. The University of Auckland International School Leavers Scholarships Awards, which offers 10 scholarships of $20,000 each. We also have the University of Auckland Foundation High Achiever Partner Awards, which offers 60 scholarships between $1,000 and $10,000. The Business School Dean's Asia Scholarships Awards, which offers scholarships towards tuition fees. Then we also have the Stradlin Music Scholarships, which offers up to $8,000. Furthermore, we have the Nicola Crowley Memorial Scholarship for Women in Computer Science, and this scholarship offers $5,000 to international students. On both an undergraduate and postgraduate level, the University of Auckland International Student Excellence Scholarships offers 50 scholarships of $10,000 for international students. For doctoral students, international scholarships are open throughout the year. If you receive an offer of place in a doctoral program, you also receive a scholarship offer. The scholarships pay $33,000 annually for 3 years. The second type of international scholarships are faculty-specific international scholarships. These include the Faculty of Arts Subdoctoral Postgraduate Scholarship, which offers up to $15,000. The Faculty of Education and Social Work Postgraduate International Student Scholarships offers up to $7,000. We also have the School of Medical Science International Master Scholarship, which offers 5 scholarships up to $20,000 for the duration of the program. Finally, we also have the University of Auckland International Business Master Scholarship, which offers up to $32,000 annually. And the third type of international scholarships are country and region specific scholarships. And here I'd like to highlight a few of these, which include the University of Auckland Asian High Achiever Scholarships, which offers 60 scholarships of $10,000 each. The University of Auckland India High Achiever Scholarships offers scholarships of up to $20,000. The New Zealand Excellence Awards for Indian students offer 4 scholarships of up to $10,000 for both undergraduate and postgraduate students. The New Zealand Government Menaki Scholarships offers 500 fully funded international scholarships annually to students from developing countries. I would now like to focus on the timeline and some important tips. It is extremely important that you prepare well for your scholarship application. Therefore, make sure that you apply for your program first and apply at least 2 to 4 weeks before your scholarships open. Scholarships are open for 6 weeks and are open once the Apply Now button is activated on the scholarships website. Start your application early, but you can only submit your application once you receive a conditional or unconditional offer. Make sure you check the closing date of the scholarship applications. And it's also important that you know what the Scholarship Selection Committee wants, which means you have to make sure that you include awards, achievements, community involvement, and any volunteering. Ensure that you submit your referee letter that speaks about your character and what kind of person you are. You can apply for more than one scholarship. You can also hold more than one scholarship from the University of Auckland or any other external funder. Just make sure that you check the scholarship regulations. Now, let's touch on some frequently asked questions, and these are: how do I apply? Application forms for scholarships can be accessed through the link www.scholarships.ac.nz. Secondly, what's the deadline for scholarships? Deadlines vary and scholarships are open for 6 weeks. Do I need a firm offer before applying for a scholarship? No, Not in all cases. You would have to check the scholarship regulations though. How many scholarships can I apply for? You can apply for more than one scholarship at a time. What if I already have a scholarship? You may apply for any international scholarships as long as you declare to the university if you were awarded any other scholarships. If I defer my studies, can I defer my scholarships too? No, not always. Once again, you would need to check the scholarship regulations. I would like to offer the following key contacts. For the University of Auckland's General International Scholarships, you can contact the University's Scholarships Office through the email scholarships@auckland.ac.nz. For doctoral scholarships, you can email sgs-advisors@auckland.ac.nz. For international scholarships offered by the University of Auckland's International Office, you can contact me, Arthur Johnson, at arthur.johnson@auckland.ac.nz. So please, don't wait. Apply now, because we're looking forward to hosting you at the University of Auckland. Thank you. Kia ora.
Kia ora, haere mai. Welcome to International Open Week. This session is all about studying abroad at New Zealand's leading university. My name is Anna Frisk. I'm the International Manager for the Faculty of Arts, and I'm joined by Kyle, a current study abroad student who has joined us. Kyle, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us why you chose to study abroad at the University of Auckland?
Sure. So I'm Kyle. I'm from the United States, but I've been going to university in Switzerland for the last 2 years. I chose to come here to Auckland, New Zealand to study at a large institution and a globally recognized one.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Kyle, for joining us. So studying abroad at the University of Auckland means having access to incredible educational courses and facilities at New Zealand's largest and highest ranked university. With over 140 programs across 8 distinct faculties and a QS World University ranking of 68th in the world, the University of Auckland offers the best of both worlds. Students receive a world-class education while living in the heart of Auckland City. Auckland, or Tamaki Makaurau, is an inspiring place to live and study. Nicknamed the City of Sails, Auckland offers students an opportunity to live in a dynamic and diverse city of 1.5 million people, while having easy access to New Zealand's world-famous outdoor adventures, nestled alongside the Pacific Ocean and Tasman Sea. In Auckland itself, you can explore over 80 beaches, 50 volcanoes, a dozen islands, countless trails and rainforests, and much more. Auckland is one of the best cities for quality of living, and it's easy to see why. When you study abroad in New Zealand, it's important to keep in mind that we're in the Southern Hemisphere, so our academic calendar is slightly different. Choose to study abroad in our semester 1 and you'll join us at the end of summer and transition to fall. Or choose to study abroad in our semester 2 and you'll join us in the middle of winter and transition to spring. Auckland is a temperate environment, so summers are warm and winters are mild. Each semester is a wonderful time to be on campus. In both, you'll get the opportunity to take 4 courses across the university and have the opportunity to enjoy a 2-week break in the middle of the semester to travel around New Zealand or go further afield to Australia, the Pacific Islands, and beyond. Kyle, what did you do during your mid-semester break?
So I went to the South Island, just about an hour-and-a-half flight away, to the city of Christchurch, one of the largest cities here in New Zealand, where I was able to do a road trip all around the South Island, heading all the way down the east coast to the city of Invercargill and back up through the center through famous Queenstown, Te Anau, and Lake Takapo.
Awesome. No, it's so great to be able to take that time to explore not only Auckland and what you can have on offer here, but to be able to have that time to travel around and really make the most of your study abroad semester. With over 100 subject areas on offer, we have course options for nearly every major you might study at your home university, making it easy to finish your degree on time and study abroad. For more information about the course details, please explore our course catalog online. Our faculties have simulated labs, studios, and workspaces which are just like real industry settings, equipped with the latest digital technology, systems, tools, and equipment. When you study abroad, I highly recommend exploring some of the unique offerings of your host university. At the University of Auckland, that includes experiential learning options, such as our arts internship course, where you can intern at an Auckland organization, or our business consulting course, where business students get hands-on consulting experience. For environmental studies and marine science students, don't miss out on our courses that embed field trips. Lastly, as a university ranked globally for sustainability, students can search courses by the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Kyle, what courses did you enroll in, and which have been your favorite and why?
So while I was here, I focused entirely on New Zealand and Maori culture, looking at where New Zealand stands in the global world. My favorite course has been my Maori course called Intro to the Maori World, where we've taken a Maori perspective looking at the past 200 years from first contact with Europeans to modern day issues.
That's fantastic. And again, just really highlights the unique course options. So it's fantastic when you get an opportunity to take those classes when you come and study with us. One unique way study abroad students can get involved and learn more about sustainability is to join our Generation Changemaker program. Students have the opportunity to join a climate action focused program and give back through a trip to one of the unique islands in the Hauraki Gulf and plant native trees. You'll learn how you can help create a more sustainable planet and get recognition for it on your transcript. Want to learn more about New Zealand culture? Don't miss out on our Waipapa Noho Marae program. Study abroad students have the opportunity to stay overnight on a marae and learn about Maori culture from our Maori Students Association. Don't miss out on this unique experience. As a city campus, students can explore events and activities on campus and in Auckland City. As a global city with a diverse population, you'll have the opportunity to take part in unique events all year. Kyle, what have been some of the unique events that you've been able to explore while you've lived in Auckland?
So in the middle of winter, we'll have the Matariki holiday, which is part of the Maori year. And through that, I've been able to explore the culture of this land through the perspective of Maori people.
Fantastic. One of the best ways to make the most of your study abroad experience is to join a student club. With over 270 student-run clubs, there's a club for everyone. From adventure clubs like kite surfing to clubs dedicated to making a difference, such as the Sustainable Future Collective, and everything in between. You'll find a club or several just for you. Kyle, what clubs did you join when you started your study abroad experience with us?
So I joined the Rainbow Business Club, which works on integrating LGBTQ+ people and seeing how they can work in a business environment. Recently, they hosted an event with KPMG and Microsoft, which was a really great opportunity to speak with industry leaders who also represent LGBTQ+.
That's fantastic. Another big part of New Zealand culture that you can get involved in at the club level is sport. Sport is a big part of New Zealand culture. You'll have the opportunity to stay fit through the fitness classes, faculty sport teams, and university sport teams. Join at a competitive level or get involved in one of the many programs where you can learn how to sail in the city of sails or play rugby in a country that loves the sport. Kyle, have you gotten involved with any of the sport opportunities here or taken advantage of the free recreation center access?
I have. So I've used our rec center almost every day as staying on campus. That's one of the perks. And so it's been a great opportunity to learn more about different ways to stay fit.
Fantastic. One of the best perks of studying at the University of Auckland is that students have guaranteed on-campus accommodation. Students live steps away from class in the heart of the city in shared apartment-style dorms. You'll have your own bedroom with access to a shared kitchen and bathroom. Your flatmates will be other students from New Zealand as well as other countries around the world. Students that live on campus will get free recreation center membership as well as a free pickup upon arrival at the airport. The residence hall hosts events throughout the semester, so you'll have the opportunity to meet friends and build your University of Auckland network. Kyle, where do you live and what's been great about living on campus?
So I live in Carlaw Park, which is one of our newest residences on campus. It's been really great to meet people from here in New Zealand and around the world, as well as experience the diverse culture that Auckland has to offer.
Fantastic. Alongside your residential advisor that you'll have on campus, you'll also get support throughout your journey at the University of Auckland. From a dedicated study abroad team to academic and well-being support, including libraries and learning services, university health and counseling services, student disability services, spiritual and religious support, as well as LGBTQI+ support. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, you can reach out to our study abroad team. From a glimpse into the student experience, follow our Instagram page and search for the hashtag Auckland Study Abroad. Thanks as well to Kyle for sharing your study abroad experience with us today. And before we leave, I just had one question for you. If you had one piece of advice to share with students that are thinking about studying abroad in New Zealand, what would you recommend?
I would say take advantage of all the opportunities that are unique to New Zealand and unique to this part of the world, studying either Maori culture or something related to the Pacific.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Kyle, and thank you for joining this session.
A tēnā koutou katoa, hoki mai wainga nui a tātou ki te tuku karakia whakakapi tō tātou hui I tēnei rā. Welcome to this ending ceremony, this part of our program where we offer karakia again to close our ceremony. So with that, me karakia tātou. Unuhia ki te urutapu nui, unuhia ki te hautapu o Ngāriki. Kai whatatia e tāne te wānanga ki runga ki enei ruanuku. Kia wātea, kia māma, te tinana, te henengaro, te wairua ki te ara takutū, ko ia rā e rongo whakairi ake ki runga, tūturua whiti whakamaua kia tīna, haumi e hui e, tā ki e.